Coming up on Juice and Java, it might be snowing outside, but that's not stopping the Cupid's Chase 5K from taking place this morning.
Plus, Lunar Art Event CEO is in studio, and we'll later on be talking all things Super Bowl.
All of that and more, Juice and Java starts right now. Good morning and welcome into Juice and Java. I'm Ilana Epstein.
And I'm Cora Mayer-Costa. Thanks for starting your mornings with us.
SU men's basketball is back in action against Boston College this afternoon. The Orange are coming off of a 29-point loss against Duke Wednesday night at home. Donnie Freeman remains out with a leg injury as the Orange look to get back on track behind J.J. Starling, who had 12 points in Wednesday night's loss.
Now, Syracuse has lost 4 of their last 5 games and sit 14th in the ACC Conference. Tip-off is at 3:15 in the JMA Wireless Dome.
And the women's team is also in action at the Dome tomorrow afternoon against Wake Forest. The Orange beat Virginia Tech in Blacksburg Thursday night and look to win back-to-back against the Demon Deacons.
Now, Cuse is led by Georgia Woolley and her nearly 15 points per game. The Orange sit at 9-13 on the year. The game begins tomorrow at 2 p.m. Now, this is wonderful because also it is free for any student to go to a women's basketball game here on campus.
That's so amazing. And I have to say, I actually haven't been to one yet, so I might be going tomorrow. But I am just so happy to be talking about a winning team because this basketball team has not been doing too well. My year is going to be the first year to not see a conference since 1970.
Oh
but this women's team, Georgia Woolley, she's doing amazing.
I really only wish the best for them, and I can't wait to see where they go. Well, the dates for Syracuse Family Weekend and Homecoming have been announced. Family Weekend is planned for the last weekend in September from the 26th through the 28th. The football team will play Duke on that Saturday. Parent and Family Services is putting on events throughout the weekend for students and their families.
And Homecoming Weekend is planned for October 17th through 19th. The Office of Alumni Engagement is excited to welcome back all alumni for a fun-filled weekend. The football team will host Pitt in the JMA Wireless Dome. Additional information about hotel block prices will come out soon. Now, funny enough, Cora and I actually will both not be here. I will have graduated and
I'll
Cora,
be abroad. I'm a little upset about this.
Yeah,
you know,
I am
all
too.
the good things already.
But it's okay because we both have had 3 lovely, or no, you had 2.
Two.
Yeah. I've had 4 actually amazing family weekends, and it's so great. I brought my parents here to Juice and Java, and I'm sure you were able to go to the games with all of your siblings, which was, I'm sure, so much fun.
All 6 of them, but yeah, it's always a wonderful time.
And I'm sure it'll be amazing for everyone who's here next semester. But the demolition of former residence halls, my residence hall, Marion and Kimmel, beginning yesterday as the university prepares to build new dorms. The construction is scheduled for 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday until the demolition is complete.
Students living in North Campus dorms received an email yesterday from the university with a warning during those hours. They should expect to hear demolition noise. The university also says they're taking safety precautions for students in cars near the site, and projection is basically it's supposed to end in April.
Well, it's the year of the snake, and multiple student organizations came together to celebrate the Chinese New Year.
Our reporter Elizabeth Gottlieb got a close look at how students celebrated the holiday.
The Chinese United Student Association and the Chinese Students and Scholar Association have come together for this year's Chinese New Year celebration in the Shine Student Center. President of CUSA Judy Chow says that the celebration is for all students, but especially those who are far away from their homes and families.
We want students from China to have a belonging because we're holding this event, so they also have a chance to perform on the stage.
To come together, the celebration has plenty of student performances and culinary delights to enjoy.
So every year we're trying to collaborate with some of the orgs that in Chinese, not only in Chinese community, but also in the Syracuse University as a whole.
Performances are from students, faculty, and the greater Syracuse community.
Every year we invite XQs, that is also a dance group that is more focusing on K-pop, we can say.
Some performances were even original songs. Celebrations will continue for the Chinese New Year, which ends this Wednesday. For Juice and Java, I'm Elizabeth Gottlieb.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Well, this Tuesday, the voice of SpongeBob and other lovable cartoon favorites is coming to Syracuse. Tom Kenny will be in Whitman at 11 a.m. for a talk about his entrepreneurial journey. He's sharing the story of what it takes to build a creative career in the film industry, as well as his experience growing up in Syracuse. Tickets are free to students, and you can RSVP through the Syracuse website.
Well, Cora, since when is Tom Kenny the iconic voice of SpongeBob from Syracuse? That's incredible.
Now that's what I'm wondering, because you know that mural that's downtown with everyone famous? It has Post Malone, Brianna Stewart. I don't see Tom Kenny on it.
I don't see Tom Kenny either. Honestly, he needs to be on it.
I agree. I mean, he's a pivotal character and pivotal in all of our childhoods.
He is, and that's just going to be so amazing to see. I hope he could do the voice for me, honestly. I would love to go Tuesday at 11 a.m.
That'd be awesome.
Well, in honor of Valentine's Day, Community Options is putting on their annual Cupid's Chase 5K in support of locals with disabilities. Our Olivia Rodriguez is at the race now. Olivia?
Hi there, Cora and Ilana. Now, as you can see, it is a beautiful winter day out here in Liverpool, which is perfect conditions for today's event. Community Options is currently inviting runners, walkers, and rollers to participate in today's 17th annual Cupid's Chase 5K. The event is raising money to make a difference in the lives of local people with disabilities. Now, Syracuse isn't alone. The race is currently taking place in 48 cities across 13 states. We actually spoke with two local runners who told us a little bit about how today's event is impacting the community.
It is. We have a really big running community in Syracuse, so to have a group come out, I think they said about 270 people on a cold morning like this, it's really great to see.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, I don't run often, but I know that her group is a big group and they come to a lot of these, so we're happy to be here and support whatever we can, whenever they can.
Now, every February, the national race raises funds and awareness to support housing and employment for people with disabilities. The event today has a focus on accessibility and inclusivity, with pet-friendly options and runners from 12 to 70 years old. Now, actually, if you look behind me right now, we might be able to catch a couple of runners that are out here today. It's just so cool and inspiring to see people coming out here today on this wonderful day to support a good cause and get a little bit of exercise. I don't know about you guys, but all this hype around the Super Bowl, this is the race, this is the event that I'm excited about today. But Cora and Ilana, that's all I've got here at Liverpool. Back to you guys.
Olivia, what a fun event. Hopefully it's not too cold, but in case you do want to do something cold, the annual Cazenovia Winter Festival is back this weekend with a long lineup of events. With almost 40 years of winter fun, the Winterfest is one of the longest traditions in Cazenovia's history. Visitors can participate in winter activities today and tomorrow, including a scavenger hunt, horse-drawn sleigh rides, and a snow sculpture competition. Cora, this just sounds like so much fun, and honestly, I feel like I haven't really gotten into the winter spirit too much, so I think we should go to this.
Oh, come on. It's really amazing just how much work they put into this, and ice sculptures are not easy to cut. They are always at the New York State Fair for each winter, and it's just such a unique experience to see that.
Have you ever seen one before? All right, we were talking about this before the show.
I have been to an ice hotel before, so it's a very unique experience.
That sounds amazing. I've never been to that, but we'll have to check it out. But speaking of the weather, I'm curious to know if these cold temperatures are going to stay. Filling in for Riley Underwood, it's Riley Faye. Riley?
Yeah, thanks, Cora and Ilana. Unfortunately, I think the temperatures are here to stay, but let's talk about right now. So it's currently 27 degrees outside, feels like temperature of 21. We are expecting a few inches of snow today, more than just a light dusting. You might have seen them on your walk this morning or out the window, but something we have to talk about, especially on game day, is the ice. Look at this photo I took this morning. You can see some of it outside of Newhouse, but all over Syracuse, it's ice everywhere, and unfortunately, it's just sort of getting colder. So I do unfortunately think the ice is here to stay, so make sure you're being careful walking to the Dome or all over Syracuse, all over campus. Let's look a little bit further into the future at tomorrow. Okay, sorry, guess not. Tomorrow, thank you. Tomorrow it's going to get a little bit warmer during the day, although that is still 29 degrees, so the ice is here to stay. In the morning, it's going to start out at about 26 degrees with a feels like temperature of in the 20s. And unfortunately, to answer that question, the clouds are here to stay, but we'll talk more about it later in the show. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Riley. Not looking forward to all that bad weather. But after the break, Lunar Art Events CEO Kendra Powell is in studio.
We'll learn more about events happening for Valentine's Day.
Stay with us.
To my house. Lately, not my happy place. Everybody's pretty tired of each other. The parents were not themselves. My little brothers were morphing into small creatures. The walls were closing in. Clearly, a case of too much family, too close, 24/7. And there's a lot of that going around right now. If this sounds like your house, try going someplace new. YourLifeYourVoice.org. You'll find lots of ideas to help you handle the family stresses of being confined to close quarters. YourLifeYourVoice.org. It might not get you out of the house, but it could help you find a little more breathing room.
Most party fouls are pretty dumb. But if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. Underage drinking and driving. The ultimate party foul.
You're watching Juice and Java with Ilana Epstein, Cora Mayer-Costa, and Riley Underwood. And now, your campus news leader continues.
Welcome back into Juice and Java. Valentine's Day is just around the corner, and Lunar Art Events is hosting a market to celebrate.
And here to tell us more is Lunar Art Events CEO and event curator, Kendra Powell. Kendra, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you so much for having me.
So for those who don't know, what is Lunar Art Events?
So I've had this event company for about 4 years, and usually once a month or every other month we have shows for all the local artists and vendors within Syracuse, Rochester, Ithaca, Utica. We have vendors and artists come from all over the place to sell their local business wares.
Now, you were touching upon it a little bit. What exactly can people expect from the Valentine's Day market?
So we have a bunch of different types of vendors. We have coffee, desserts, we have jewelry, art, skincare, and even clothes. So it's a great place to come down, support local businesses, and find some good stuff for your Valentine's Day person.
And with all of the stuff that you just mentioned, that is so much stuff. What kind of work goes into planning a big event like this?
So a lot of times I have vendors that reach out to me throughout the community, and they're just looking for a way to showcase what they do, which is really special. For me, the work is getting everything together, making sure people know about it, like yourselves, and having a nice seating chart. That's kind of my part.
Now, Kendra, you put in so much work to it. So why did you want to hold this Valentine's Day market in the first place?
So I started doing event planning because Syracuse is an up-and-coming art community. If you look at places like Ithaca or Rochester, they're pretty established, but Syracuse is still up and coming. So I wanted to be a part of helping more and more makers and vendors find a place to share their work. So that's why I've been doing it for the past 3 years. And this Valentine's Day one is just another one in a long line of shows.
Wow. And so speaking of those other shows and other things happening, what other events can we expect in the future?
So our next one is going to be March 16th, and it's actually at a new location in Destiny, USA at the Bullfinch Pub. Beyond that, I also have a local website where vendors can sell their wares. It's called upstatehandcrafted.com. So it's just another way to help local businesses support sales. So both of those places.
And
now you've been doing this for 3 years, you said. What is your favorite part each year?
I think definitely having new vendors, people that are brand new, and watching them have their first sales, because that's such an exciting moment for them, having people realize, wow, someone actually wants to buy that piece of art from me, or they're enjoying that baked good, or they love my piece of jewelry. I think that's just a magical moment to see.
Well, Kendra, thank you so much for joining us. So excited for this event and the one on March 16th. We really appreciate you being here.
Thank you so much.
Well, when we come back, we're talking all things Super Bowl halftime show.
It's like you're watching the halftime show, so don't skip through those PSAs.
Dad, they took over my bedroom. Come on, come on. Okay, Dad. 1, 2, 3. You saved me. Dad?
Are you okay?
I'm fine, dear.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
Meet Norm. He lives with anxiety, but with the help of this latest innovation from Be Normal, he can be normal, just like everyone else. With the swipe of a finger, you can project happiness, confidence, machismo. Why settle for being real when you can be normal? The Normal Maker, new from Be Normal. This item doesn't really work because there's no such thing as normal. We're all different. What we like, how our brains work. In fact, 1 in 5 of us live with mental illness. Don't filter who you are. Start by talking to someone you trust. And remember, there is no normal.
Welcome back to Juice and Java. Tomorrow night is one of the most anticipated sporting and entertainment events in the country.
Our entertainment reporter, Abby Tolchin, is here to break down the Super Bowl halftime show and some of its commercials. Abby?
That's right, guys. For those who aren't big football fans, the Super Bowl is more about the halftime show and the commercials. This year's halftime show is performed by 20-time Grammy winner Kendrick Lamar. Lamar is known for his songs Squabble Up and Not Like Us, which both feature other artists. He also recently won 5 Grammys. Now, this is not Lamar's first Super Bowl appearance. He performed back in 2022 with Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, and Eminem. With most of Lamar's songs featuring other artists, it has raised the question of what artist he will surprise the millions of watchers tomorrow night with. I decided to ask some fans who they think he will bring out on stage with him.
SZA, or I think he is, or I hope he is.
I've seen SZA around. I think she even mentioned it, I think. So I'm excited for that.
It's a good question. I didn't know he was performing. I feel like SZA.
Fans I talked to are really hoping to see SZA tomorrow night, but another guessing game circulating the internet is what song Lamar will open with.
Stars, because that's like one of my favorite songs and it has SZA in it, so that would be great. But I feel like he's just gonna open with Not Like Us.
I feel like N95 or Not Like Us. I feel like that'd be a good way to start the Super Bowl.
Not Like Us, for sure.
Yeah. I think it's pretty safe to say Lamar's performance will be one for the books. As for something you can look forward to throughout the entire game is the commercials. For the rom-com fans like me, we are getting a When Harry Met Sally reunion. That's right, Meg Ryan and Billy Crystal will be back in character in the Katz's Deli enjoying a sandwich together with Hellmann's mayonnaise. We will also see Vin Diesel and Haagen-Dazs collab, this being Haagen-Dazs' first time having a Super Bowl ad. And no, I won't spoil all of them for you. The last one I'll tell you to look out for is the Muppets back on the big screen. Kermit, Miss Piggy, and Animal will each show their perfect vacation, and Booking.com will show us how to get it. As for the rest of the commercials, we're going to have to wait until tomorrow. That's all I have for this week's entertainment news. The game starts tomorrow night at 6:30, or if you're like me and you're just there for the snacks and halftime show, it's anticipated to start around 8. Ilana and Cora, back to you.
Now, thank you, Abby, so much. That sounds like so much fun. And while I'm not expecting any sort of traffic here in Syracuse tomorrow, maybe for the basketball game, but with the current traffic and what we can expect right now is our Riley Faye. Riley?
Yes, thanks ladies. Just like you said, Cora, not really a lot of traffic going on right now. You can tell there's some movement. It's pretty steady though. I think you're right though, and I think we can anticipate a little bit more traffic closer to that 3:15, basketball start time. But for right now, it's pretty steady. So we'll have more on the weather that could affect that traffic later in the show.
Riley.
Thank you so much, Riley.
Well, when we come back, we'll take you inside the new frozen yogurt place on Marshall Street.
It opened this week and was absolutely delicious, so stay with us.
Stem is precise, no margin for error.
Dare to forget that. Dare to have fun with it. Get weird with it. Dare to send those old STEM theories flying past the neighbor's house into outer space. Dare to program something internet-breaking, record-breaking. Dare to blow their minds. Dare to learn the difference between sedimentary and metamorphic rock. Go find those rocks. Dare to keep daring. Dare to STEM. Check out She Can STEM to get started.
Welcome back to Juice and Java. We're here on Marshall Street at Frozen Delight. It's a brand new frozen yogurt shop that just opened this week.
Yeah, I'm really excited to try it in these Syracuse temperatures. I think it's the perfect mix.
I will eat ice cream or frozen yogurt during any temperature, so I'm actually totally fine with this.
Let's get right into it.
All right, so now we're gonna try it. Cora, what did you get?
I got raisin cream and peanut butter. You can't go wrong with those two flavors.
And how about the topping?
I got green apple popping boba, Reese's Pieces, graham cracker, and cookie dough.
What's your? That's an interesting mix. Mine is interesting too. I got cookies and cream, chocolate, vanilla, cookie dough bites, sprinkles, chocolate chips, strawberries.
Let's just get a big scoop and try it, right? Wow, it's so good. Very flavorful. It tastes like the flavors, you know, which is like super important for froyo.
Yeah, it's really good. The toppings are really good. Yeah, I just can't believe all the stuff they have in one place, you know?
I know, you were saying there were crepes, boba, acai bowls.
I have to say the environment here is awesome. There's people over there enjoying their boba, they're playing music. But I feel like this is the perfect place to come with my friends after a long day of classes, or even like during the day if I need a little sweet treat, right?
Everyone needs a sweet treat, and not even to mention, it is a family-owned business, owned and run, and they have another location in Destiny, so it's just wonderful that they came all the way to Marshall Street to really cater to the students, because there's not a walkable distance froyo place.
There's not really dessert, and I feel like in my 4 years here, of course, there's one right as I'm about to leave, but I know in the next 2 months I'm gonna be coming here all of the time.
Yeah, it's wonderful. Well, Frozen Delight was really a delight today.
Yes, it was. I completely finished mine. It was so good, and I got a lot. But I know I'm definitely going to be coming back because they have so many other things on the menu, like I mentioned before, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's so many options, but that's all from us right now. Stay tuned. We'll see you guys back in studio.
I was bundled up in there, but anything for frozen yogurt, I don't care if it's like 10 degrees outside.
Oh, I agree. Ilana, what's your favorite flavor?
Ooh, anything with chocolate. Anything with, I know you're more of like you were getting those like green apple boba things.
That was a little bit much, I will say, but it was just, again, as I said, very flavorful, and I just really loved it.
Yeah.
Very sweet, too.
So you like more of those like sweet things. I like more of the chocolates. But something that I found really interesting, they have crepes, they have waffles, they have acai bowls, they have smoothies. I'm gonna have to go back there.
Yeah, no, it's really amazing, and it's right down the block. Well, when we come back, Riley Faye has your 5-day forecast.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right, because a few hours ago in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign, not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
They call me Maxie, but I prefer tripod. I was your above-average four-legged homie, and then wham, bam, minivan. Some people pity me. Now that's lame. I still run, fetch, and swim. And the ladies love me. I'm the ultimate wingman. Just don't ask me to high five.
Welcome back to Juice and Java. Let's get into the 5-day weather forecast. Like I mentioned, there's going to be some snow earlier in the week and colder temperatures. We have more ice throughout the week because it's still staying pretty cold. You're in 31s today, low of 24, so that ice is going to stick around because it's not melting, unfortunately. Then tomorrow we're looking at about 30 degrees, low of 21. Again, more snow. We're expecting about 5 to 7 inches. And then Monday, high of 27, so getting a little bit cooler there, low of 17. And then Wednesday, what's this? The sun. I totally forgot that that existed because we haven't seen it in so long, but hopefully that melts some of the ice. Now with Valentine's Day coming up in 6 days, I have a weather Valentine's trivia question. In what year did Syracuse get the most snow on Valentine's Day? And my hint for you guys is that they got 18 inches in one day.
18 inches in one day.
I know, isn't that horrible?
That is crazy.
Yeah.
That is so crazy. Okay, I'm gonna say 2017. I just feel like.
Really that recent? I'm gonna have to go with, is that 19, I'm gonna have to go with A, 1980.
Yeah, 1980, 1960, 2001, and 2017 are the options. So
1980.
So we got A and D.
A and D. Okay, both wrong. It's B, 1960.
No.
They got 18.
Okay, so Cora, you were closer.
Inches of snow in one day on Valentine's Day.
That's crazy. But you know what? I feel like Valentine's Day is the perfect night to just stay in and not go out in the snow. So I think that's okay.
You know what's a great night to stay in is tomorrow too for the Super Bowl, and all eyes will be on the big game this Sunday. That's right, the Puppy Bowl 21st is set to air at 2 p.m. on Animal Planet, and you might see some familiar faces.
Yes, that's right. 7 adorable pups from upstate New York are set to compete in this year's Puppy Bowl. Paws Allen, Lightning Millie, Sherry, Ivy, Karen, and Phoenix will be representing New York, and Karen and Phoenix are actually Syracuse natives, so I know personally I'm rooting for Karen and Phoenix. What about you guys?
I'm from Buffalo, so I'm rooting for the one that was, what was it, Paws Allen?
I think so, like
Josh Allen. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, that's perfect.
I like
I'm
that.
going to have to go with the Syracuse natives. I really think they could win. And also, bring Syracuse some notoriety. Come on.
Exactly.
It would be awesome.
Exactly. In the Puppy Bowl. Puppy Bowl is just as important as the Super Bowl, obviously. But you know what? The fact that we have Buffalo natives and Syracuse natives, I'd be happy if either of them won because
it's a win for New York. Either way. Come on, let's be so real. Now, do you guys have any dogs?
I don't. I
have 2 beagles.
Do you think your beagles could go in the Puppy
Good
Bowl?
question.
No.
They could not.
Why
not? Jester is so large. I was telling somebody earlier today he has eaten 5 sticks of butter and he's like a 25-pound beagle, so it's not good.
5 sticks of butter?
Wow.
Yeah, in his lifetime.
Wow. Well,
yeah.
I don't know. Maybe in the future you could train them and we could see.
Like a workout regimen.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, that's all for Juice and Java this morning.
Check us out online at CitrusTV.com and follow CitrusTV on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
I'm Cora Mayer-Costa.
And I'm Ilana Epstein. Have a great day and an even better Super Bowl and Puppy Bowl Sunday.